Have you ever felt like you were on a leash, being pulled into the unknown by the voices in your head?
Leave me alone!
That was my life on Rubicon. My call sign was Raven, and my AC was my most faithful and trusted companion, Pounder. I just followed orders from my handler, Walter, who didn't seem to have a heart.
Dead dog. Was it worth it, Walter?
That's okay. I didn't have a soul.
I just wanted a call sign of my own.
I worked with a bunch of different corporations, doing jobs here and there. Some of the jobs were pretty exciting, but they didn't do anything for me. That was until I met Air at the watch point.
Who are you?
She was the only thing on Rubicon that wasn't trying to use or kill me. My excitement turned into dread as I hit my first roadblock, Baltius. As a mercenary, I had the determination to win that fight, so I pounded his circuits into place, and I won the heart of my new ally, who turned out to be another voice in my head.
Raven.
Things got confusing for a little bit because one corporation hired me to destroy the other one's property, then that other one hired me to destroy the first one's property. At the end of the day though, as long as I'm getting paid, I don't give a shit who hires me. I landed on a snowfield after beating a
giant enemy crab.
Here I was supposed to steal survey data, but I started a war with the PCA instead. My name started to spread like wildfire. Everybody was hiring me and hunting me down at the same time. I felt so confident that I started making decisions for myself.
Wait, no, please!
Through all the fighting I've done against the PCA, they've brought out a weapon so massive that it brought all the corporations together to destroy this ice worm. We were all supposed to fight the ice worm together, but those peasants I called my allies decided to ditch me and watch me do it all by myself. Joke's on them, because I get a thrill when people watch me. After that fight, I went straight to bed. When I woke up, however, I heard all the corporations were fighting each other again. I knew I had to do something against these corporations once and for all. Now, I didn't have an issue with everyone. However, there's something about taking down the big dogs with my cold metallic hands. It made all of my good parts tingle. I found that place where the coral was being hidden, where I was ambushed and taken to an old facility where they were going to re-educate me. My poor Pounder was gone, and I had to use an old AC mech just to survive. The AC mech was pretty adorable, but it would have gotten me killed if Carla hadn't shown up.
Don't mind if I do.
And speaking of Carla, she became my new master instead of Walter, who turned out to be a big softie after all.
Find your freedom.
After being reunited with my lovely Pounder and helping Carla take over Xylem, I had two choices ahead of me. I could have either killed Carla, which would make me my own master, or I could have killed the leader of the Vespers, which would make me superior to them. Archivist Corp was not done with us yet. They decided to take the fight to the skies. That was their biggest mistake because I was waiting for an aerial fight this whole time. I showed them why they called me Raven. There was only one ally that I could consider my true friend. V4 Rusty.
Here we are, buddy.
I could tell you that this was a legendary fight for the ages. All rivals would be jealous of our fight, but I ended the fight too soon.
You flew just out of reach, buddy.
Farewell, buddy. I went into space, where I finally got to meet Air, face to face. It turns out she's a bitch in the rib. She was fighting for a noble cause, but I was fighting to pleasure myself in this thrilling fight. I beat Air, Carla performed a kamikaze, and Rubicon was left to burn. Nobody survived, except for me of course. I could have went out in a blaze of glory, but I wanted everyone to know my name and remember me as
the monster who burned the stars.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, unless you want to experience the fires of Raven.